Hey guys, welcome back. So we are now at the stage where we're putting the flooring in, the grow room, the seed room, and then we'll be adding the trim back to the wall and we'll be moving back in. But this is what we picked up. I know we said it in a previous video, we picked this up from Costco. It is the Mohawk waterproof laminate flooring. It's got a vapor barrier on the bottom. It's in Millport Hickory. It is 18.14 square feet per box. We picked up 15 of these boxes from Costco. I'll leave a link to that video in the description and above where we picked this up. It was $28.99, I believe, per box, which is significantly less than we found at any place else. And it has the vapor barrier, which we want in this room because we're going to be putting it right down on top of the concrete. Now, we did pick up a new tool. We picked up the shaker contour gauge, which we're going to be using to get around some of the framework and the trim just to make sure our cuts are exact and we fit it in perfectly, like a puzzle piece. So once we get all that done, we'll add our trim and then we'll be moving in. And hopefully this echo when we use this room won't be there anymore. We'll have the plants and everything to kind of soften the room up. So we have some work ahead of us. I don't have a whole lot of time to get going today, so we're gonna work our butts off. So let's get moving. Now this was my second attempt. This was my first attempt, but it was just, this gap here was just too big. So it extended out way too much here. So I scrapped it, redid it here. So now it fits, it's nice and flush. But now I have this piece, I'm not sure what to do with it. So this is actually exactly what I need is right here. So I'll cut this piece to be the end piece right here. The flat end is going to go against the wall, so you have a groove going out towards the room. This is the other half of the board that I cut for this second row. It's going down here to start there. So here's where things get interesting. I have to negotiate this. You can see it's actually elevated off the ground, so I have to determine whether or not I'm going to cut that to make it bigger or just cut around the plank. And then I have this right in the middle of the floor. And that is going to house these two things. That is a track for the door, the sliding door. So I think this is how I'm going to attack it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this to the board back here. I know that this is where my hole has to go. This is the block that has to go around it. So I'm going to put the block right there and mark it. And I'll make it a little bit bigger to make sure there's enough room for this to go all the way in. But that should do it. So I think what I'm going to do, rather than cutting this higher so it would rest on this, what I'm going to end up doing is I'm actually going to cut this section out. Because whatever I figure out here for this section, I have to cut out of the rest of the boards to send it the rest of the way back here into the closet. So I think what I'll do is create a notch here and then go from there. We'll cut this one first, make sure it fits, and then after that we will cut the rest of the boards to fit. Now it looks like this piece is gonna fit in perfectly, so I'm not gonna have to actually trim it out too much, but I still got a couple, still got about half an inch to go. I'm gonna have to trim this entire section out. All right, now we're going to put everything back together, and I have all of the molding numbered, and here's our map of where everything goes. We'll leave a link to that video above and in the description. And now to reattach everything to the wall, I have a new nail gun that I'll be using. I removed all the nails from the boards and the wall. All right guys, so everything's done. We got the floor in and the baseboards up. Everything looks fantastic. Everything goes real well with the colors we picked in here, and I think the room just looks fantastic. So the last thing I want to do in here would be add a quarter round right around the rim of the baseboards, just to kind of cover up a few of the mistakes in here. And I think that would be it for this. And then we're going to move on to fixing the wall, where we have that huge wall for the water main for outside. We're going to build a door and a frame for that. That'll be an upcoming video, and so is starting our seeds. We have to get that going. We're starting that a little bit later than I would like to. So we were going to get that going, get stuff started moving in here, and then we are going to start playing with the plants. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. Otherwise, thanks guys for watching, and we'll see you soon.